What is going on, people? Welcome to the Midwest Mike Sports Show. I am your host, Mike Klean, and I am joined here by the one and only Midwest Mike. What up, dude?
What's going on, man? I like the Twins gear.
Yeah, I'm rocking a little Twinkie gear, huh?
Yeah.
It was sad that our game got rained out, but nice ballpark, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's a nice park for sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. And the Wild game was a blast, even though they let us down. And I
Yep.
lost way too many units on those mugs.
Yep.
But what are you going to do? I
That's
learned the
Minnesota
hard way.
sports. It's
I
Minnesota sports.
learned the hard way.
I'm just gonna maybe try to jinx them and just bet against them every time they're in a playoff series now. See
You're
if
right.
that works.
We were talking, and in the stadium plays this year, I was like undefeated. And then I show up in Minnesota, and I can't win shit.
Yeah.
Actually, we did win the Astros first 5, a little personal play, but then it got rained out. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
But that's because you're betting on Minnesota sports, man.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't even get a win
That's how
there.
it goes.
Couldn't even get a win there. We got pro gambling action in the house. What up, guys?
What's going on, man?
Our guy Roger. What up, Raj? How we doing? We got our guy Jade in the house.
We got to get up to
What
Detroit and go see Roger. I was talking to him last night.
Yeah, that'd be great.
One of these places that's ranked top in the world for steak.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know I like my food.
Yeah.
To a fault. To a fault. So first and foremost, guys, coming in here, I've been under the weather. I came back from Minnesota with something. I don't believe it's Rona, but I came back with something. I've been really sick the last 3-4 days here, so I hadn't had a chance to get together the MLB giveaway, but I promised Mike and you guys that it will be put together, and we can do a small live for that, maybe even another one of these shows tomorrow. Stay tuned for the announcement on that, but we will get to that. We will be giving that away. It's on me. Blame me. You guys can see from my Twitter. I haven't even tweeted in like 5 days. It's ridiculous.
I know.
I
sent you a text at 3:00 yesterday and heard back at like 9:00.
Dude, I've been asleep, man. Like, I don't know what it was. I never had a fever, but just body aches, slight cough. Oh, no, it was no bueno. It was no bueno.
Get rest, man.
Get rest. I'm feeling better today. My voice finally sounds halfway decent. So I'm glad for this show. We got E12, Shy, Cubs, a Chicago fan, Potential. What up, fellas?
Potential.
What up, dog? We got our guy Big Mike in the house. What up, Big Mike?
What's up, Mike?
What do you got to say about your sons? The f was that?
Man, for that to happen and then for Calgary to not win in regulation on Sunday, I was so pissed, dude. I was so pissed. Yeah. Props to Jake Ottinger.
Dude.
That dude's insane. And he's from Minnesota, so I can't really hate on him. But
dude I think there was 2 of them out there, man. Like, it is unbelievable.
Like I text you, I think this guy took like 10 Adderalls and he's seeing the puck in slow motion before, like, he knows, like, it's nuts. The guy's nuts.
Dude, that one before, I can't remember if it was in overtime. I think it was in overtime.
That
right
one
before they scored.
up above.
One up above, that one. And then when he stopped it and he slides over and, like, I don't know, man.
The one he didn't even have a stick.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Yeah. Big Mike says, Luka got him good. Luka got him good.
Luka's fun to watch, man. He's fun to watch.
He is. If you don't like him, though, man, you get real pissed off at him real quick, man. That smirk he's got on his face every time he hits a shot, dude. Oh, God.
But
want to punch him if you're not a fan.
You couldn't say shit the last game if you're a Suns fan. So
no. Dude, I saw something on Twitter. I think it was this morning. He had like more points than somebody on than Booker, more rebounds than Ayton. Like in this, like it was stupid. He out statistically outmatched like the.
Well, at halftime, he had as many points as the Suns' whole team.
Yeah. And I was still sweating the over on his points. I had 34.5. Mug gets 35. He slowed up in the second half, then didn't play the whole fourth quarter. Oh, God. What are you going to do?
Blowouts will do that to you, man.
But, Mike, how you coming in, man? Talk about your mental state right now. I think people want to hear it.
It's good. Yesterday, that Dodgers, I mean, we finished I'm $1,000 unit better. I finished down $10 yesterday. We should have been up 6.44. Top of the ninth, Dodgers are up 5-2. I think they walked the guy, and then the guy hits a 2-run shot. Dodgers win 5-4. We had the run line. That pretty much sums up the way some shit's gone here in the last week.
Yeah.
But you just got to keep grinding, keep going. Like I texted you yesterday, man. So much of the game is mental. Last week, maybe it was overthinking shit towards the end of the week, this and that. You just got to act like yesterday you finished up 20 units and you're hot as hell, and that's just the way you got to approach every day. Because if you don't, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna do anyone any good. It's just So you just got to approach every day like yesterday. You just crushed it, and that's how I'm approaching today. Yesterday, I had a pretty strong lean on the Yanks. I didn't pull the trigger. Judge was out of the lineup, and then of course they ended up hitting. So like stuff like that can be easily corrected, but and all these parlays losing by one leg. Lost another one yesterday by one leg, by a half run or a run in the Blue Jays game. The day before, we lost 3 big parlays. Obviously, the Suns cost us one. The Braves cost us one. I don't know. There's another one too, but it'll turn. They'll start to hit, and then we'll go on a crazy parlay run like we've done, a few times here in the last few months. So,
yep. Could not agree more, my man.
But yesterday was nice. It was a smaller card. There was just baseball, so it was nice just to kind of hone in, on a few games. I think that makes it easier. Sometimes when there's a ton of games, it can be a little overwhelming. But the biggest thing I can say is I'm not gonna force stuff. Like if there's an NBA game and I don't have a strong feel on it, just because it's the only NBA game and it's the Western or Eastern Conference Finals, I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna press it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think from my standpoint, as a handicapper and people are paying you, obviously it's playoff time. There's a big game, this and that. I mean, yeah, I'll have plays on most of the games, but there might be a game here and there where I don't, and that's just strictly if I don't have a strong feel on it. I don't have a strong feel on it. I'm not going to put something out there on it. So if I don't have something on, a game like that moving forward, that's why. Today I got 2 plays on the same hockey game, and I'm not touching the other one. So I got strong feel on a side and a total on one game, and then the other game, just not touching it. So,
yep. And you know what? Another thing to touch on there is you might have a lean on it, which you do post, and you've been throwing those in the Telegram as well. On top of the portals, you might have a lean on a game that it's not an official play, but I think that's good, and I think that's something that was learned also in the NCAA in the tournament specifically, where it was like, there's a game, people want the action, and now. You see the learning process where it's like not going to force it. So I think that's great.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is trying to give people what they want. Sometimes you get caught up too much in that, and then that's when you're forcing stuff, and then that's when shit can go south. You know what I mean? So, just that's the biggest thing is just not forcing stuff, and that's probably one of the biggest things that I've noticed here. Mainly during college basketball. But yeah, just forcing stuff, especially if a sport is cold, like as cold as college basketball was at the time. There's just, you got to tone down the volume. You got to tone down the unit size of the plays. doesn't do anybody any good forcing stuff. So
No, agreed.
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 Jaden, I do have I just posted it actually. I do have a play on that game. I am on a side on that game. I actually probably like the opposite side to win the series, but I'm taking this team game one. So that is in the portal as of right now.
So I can't ask you who you like in the series.
Yeah. I think you know. I
think
told you.
I think we're on opposite sides for that.
Yeah.
We're on opposite sides for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow when we do the drawing, we can talk a little bit more about the series after game one happens.
I'm on the same side as you though for game one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like to hear that.
I don't think the series though. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it a little bit more.
I just posted the play, guys. I'll have a little write up here that I'll get to right after the show. Here, I'll get a little write up posted. I'm trying to do write ups now on every single play. I think it helps you know what I'm thinking, where my head's at, all that stuff, and then you can make the decision if you know what you want to do with it. But at least you guys know where I'm at. Like even that Dodgers game against Gibson, and that's something too. Expect more like team totals too. Like that Rockies one last night. Because it's nice because you can bet on a team to do well versus an opposing pitcher, and they don't have to win the game, and you can still win.
Yeah.
So I kind of realized that on that Dodgers game against Gibson because my read was spot on against Gibson. He had made 3 starts versus the Dodgers, gave up 5+ in all 3, and he got rocked for 5-6 runs. I think it was 6 runs against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers ended up losing the game. Well, both actually back-to-back days that I was on the Dodgers that time, had I done team totals, we would have cashed both of them. But we lost both of them because we were on the Dodgers. So expect more like team totals and stuff. If like I have a read on a pitcher, like, and it's a way you can kind of bet on the team to win, but they don't have to win. Like the Rockies last night, I like them to score. I like them to put up runs. Wood had bad numbers at Coors. And I think what did it end up being? 7-6 was the final.
Something like
so
that.
The Rockies run line covered. They lost the game, but we cashed because we had over 5.5 on the team total. So I think that's the way to play some of those, especially those underdogs that, they might not win, but I think they're going to put up runs, team totals, or bigger favorites. It's a way to play a bigger favorite without laying the juice on the money line. Like say the money line's minus, 160, 180. Obviously we're not going to do that. For me personally, it'd be run line or nothing as far as on a side. But that's a way to take a team total, minus 120 or something, if you think, they're going to crush them without laying big juice on the side. So it's just another way to play it because normally they correlate, like yesterday, if the Rockies were going to win that game, they're probably going to score over 5.5 runs.
Yep.
And it was 7-6. So, so expect more of those. I'm constantly learning from my mistakes, all that stuff, which is a good thing. Because trust me, nobody knows it all, guys. Everyone keeps learning and learning and learning. The only thing I don't like about those team totals is sometimes books can vary on those. Like I know that Reds one did, but that's mainly because that, like my book had it juiced, 3.5 at minus 140. I know when they're juiced that high, then probably a majority of the books will have 4.5.
Right.
But if it's like over 4.5 minus 120, all the books should be at 4.5. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah. And sometimes I've noticed, if your book is like that, sometimes you can wait a little bit longer in the day and it does flip to potentially where you have it at. So, I have noticed that. Okay. So for NBA, maybe we should not talk about the Mavericks Warriors then, or you want to touch on that series a little bit?
I'll be posting a play today on that.
Okay.
It's a 3-unit play. It kind of correlates with why I'm on the side today. Similar reasons. You'll see in the write-up. But obviously we have that Warriors future. So that's big. We had Suns and Warriors futures. Both of them are risking about 1.5 units to win 10.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm hoping the Warriors can at least make it to the finals. We had the Suns last year; they made it to the finals, couldn't get it done. I'd love to see the Warriors make it to the finals this year and get it done. I think the Warriors probably gonna have a better shot at winning the championship versus like a team like the Heat or the Celtics. I think both those teams defensively will do a lot better job shutting down Luka. I'm not saying they're going to shut him down, but they're going to have a pretty solid game plan to. It's going to be hard for the Mavs to beat the Celtics or the Heat. So,
Well, Wiggins is going to take him.
Yeah.
And Clay's no Jamo on the defensive side. I mean, a little
bit.
Did
you see that? Did you see that thing about Wiggins the last game? How he had asked the coach to pick up Tyus Jones full court the whole 48 minutes. He goes, "You tell me what to do, I'll do it."
Yep.
So
I love me some Wiggins, man, and we were actually talking about this when I was in Minnesota. Him not having to be the number one guy and him being a third, fourth option on the Warriors. And just allowing himself to be free, pressure free, and do what he does, which is hustle. I mean, his scoring has taken a leap. He's really had a great year, and I absolutely love him on this team. I love him. I think
he made the All-Star game, man.
I know.
Everyone was pissed about that.
I know, but I just love him. I love him. He finally found a role in a team where he's where he's supposed to be, which is awesome.
Yeah, Minnesota wasn't the right fit. He had way too much pressure on him to kind of be that number 2 guy with Towns there.
Yep.
And it's not his role. It's
not his fault he got taken, number 1 overall. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure on that. And maybe he just never was that guy, but he's this guy right now. And I think he's going to give Luka some problems, man. He's lengthy. He's quick.
Yeah. And I don't think we've seen a really great game from Clay and Curry in these playoffs here yet. So
right.
once they really start to click again, which should be any game here, it's going to be tough to stop, man. And it's going to be fun to watch.
It is.
When those two are both on, just 3 balls flying, dropping left and right. It's going to be fun to watch.
Dude, I absolutely cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. Okay, so let's get on to a little MLB here. Do you have a free play? Any game you want to talk about? We do have one question on White Sox first 5 with Cease on the mound.
It's probably not a bad look. I'm not touching it. The White Sox actually screwed us his last start versus the Yankees when the guy had 20 strikeouts and 10 runs given up. It's ridiculous. He walks a lot of guys. It's the Royals, guys. The Royals, who ended up winning that game last night? I know the Royals tied it up. It was 3-3.
The White Sox won it.
Did they? Oh yeah, 5-3.
Yeah, they won. I can't believe that they. I thought it was for sure.
Well, this is the thing I would look at. This guys is the lineups. I haven't looked at the lineups for this game because they are playing a double header.
Yep.
So sometimes they play a bunch of guys in one game and rest guys in another. So that's something that in order. Let's see here. So it's Anderson, Pollock, Robert, Grandal, Sheets, Garcia.
And in double headers, they only play 7 innings, correct?
No, it's 9 again.
It's 9 again?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So, that's how it should be.
None of that bullshit. Yeah.
Good.
Heasley, he's made one start, so there's not much you can really say about him. I'm sure it's not a bad look. I mean, I wouldn't bet the Royals here in this spot. So
no,
it's Sox or pass for me. But
yep. Yeah, I couldn't agree more on that. And just from, don't quote me on this, but just from a, Chicago guy, White Sox fan over the last couple of years here, Cease normally does own the Royals. So he is known for beating up on bad teams.
The Royals aren't the Yankees. So
right.
Yeah.
Cease struggles mentally with high-end teams, the name, the brand. He gets blinded by the damn pinstripes of the Yankees and any good team.
He
Bad
still had a
teams.
shit ton of strikeouts. I just can't believe.
Well, his stuff's on this year, man. It's cool to see. It really, really is. Jaden's throwing in here. Angels. They messed them up. You like them to bounce back today?
I didn't like the Angels yesterday. I liked the Rangers yesterday. I almost threw it in a parlay too, but I just didn't want. I just wanted to keep the card short yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was a great spot for the Rangers yesterday to bounce back and get a win. I am looking at that game. I'm looking at the total today. We'll see. But looking at the total on that game, I got 4 plays posted right now. So I got 1 NBA, 2 NHL, and 1 MLB. Haven't even really thought about what I was going to do for my free play, but let's see here. I'll just keep it simple with this MLB play, guys. I'll give you the Yankees -1.5, -140 to win 2 units. This one's simple. The Yankees are the hottest team in baseball. They're 19-3 in their last 22. New York has a run differential of +73, while the Orioles are -35. This early into the season, almost 100 runs separate these two teams. Check this out. New York's averaging 4.94 runs per game on the season. Baltimore's averaging 3.22. So New York's averaging 1.7 more. But over the last 5 games, the Yankees are averaging 7.6 runs per game. Baltimore's averaging 1.6. The Yankees are averaging 6 more runs per game over the last 5 games. They also have Watkins on the mound, who we faded the shit out of when he played the Cardinals the last game. I had a 3-unit max play on the Cardinals run line. That was when you were in Minnesota last week.
Yes, sir.
And he got rocked. He gave up 8 hits, 2 walks, a home run, 7 earned runs, and 3.2 innings pitched. So Aaron Judge also had the night off yesterday. He should be back in the lineup today. Don't overthink it. It's Watkins. It's the Yankees. The Orioles simply cannot hit the ball right now. They're averaging 1.6 runs per game. The Yankees are hot as hell, averaging 7.6 over the last 5. Even throw the last 5 out, they're averaging 1.7 runs more per game all season. They're beating them by 100 runs. So just keep it simple. Yankees run line. It really shouldn't be a sweat. Could even probably be a 3-unit play, but I'm toning it down on that, doing mainly 2-unit plays with, if I really, really, really like it, then a 3, 4, 5 unit here and there. But
right. And Talon, is that
Jameson,
yeah. If
he's
I'm
good.
saying that correct,
He's
good, man. He's no Jamo, pitching real well. So
anyone should be able to shut down the Orioles right now. They just can't do anything. So
exactly. But it's always nice when you got a quality pitcher on the mound with a run line as well. So yeah, I love that. Anytime
they're the away team, so you get the top of the 9th, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
So say the Yankees were up by 1, you get that top of the 9th still versus being at home and not getting it.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Like the Dodgers yesterday.
Anytime we get a chance to bet against little Spencer there, it's a good day.
Yeah, I mean the Cardinals just rocked the shit out of them. The Yankees are the hot way, they're even way hotter than the Cardinals right now. So
yeah,
it shouldn't be a problem. The Yankees actually lost 2 of 3 to start the year versus Baltimore, and then they swept them at home, and then now they won last night. So what are they, 5-2 on the season against them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's pitching tomorrow. I mean, obviously I like them to win today, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them sweep them. And I didn't even look if this is a 3 or 4 game set, but yeah, I mean, it don't really matter who's even really on the mound. It's just simply put, the Orioles can't hit the ball right now. They can't score. I think they've had 5 runs in the last or 8 runs or something in the last 5 games. Let's see here. It is, so to break it down for you, so yesterday scored 2, game before that 1, game before that 0, game before that 2, game before that 3. So they have a hard time scoring over 2 runs. You know what I mean? So,
like I say, run it up. I love it, man. I love it. Rafael saying, are you putting more units on the Warriors?
No. I mean, we got the futures bet out there, 1.5 to win 10. That's all I'm going to do right now. If the Warriors do make it to the finals, I think it's going to be whoever they play, the Heat or the Celtics. I think it's going to be a good series. It's going to be a battle for sure. It's not going to be a 4 or 5 game series, guys. It's going to be a 6 or 7 game series, for sure. So, not right now. If I do anything, obviously I'll post it, but no plans on doing that. Would just love for the Warriors just to make it first, and then I'm not much of a hedge guy, but feel out the series and maybe hedge for a couple units to guarantee ourselves a half unit or whatever, but we'll see.
100%, man. Okay, so guys, if you want any other MLB spots talked about, throw the games in the chat.
I will have more MLB here too. Like I said, I'm looking at that Angels total. There's a couple other games that I'm looking at as well. So if you haven't noticed, I've been kind of waiting to post most of the MLB stuff. A lot of the lines, you can get better lines in the morning versus at night.
Right.
And then some of these games, just waiting for lineups, and sometimes you see pitching changes, all that stuff. So just kind of letting all the shit settle before posting. So
100%, man. And one thing I did want to talk about was the terrible event that happened last night with the damn Dodgers. And just overall, your team, man. What are we going to do with them? What are we doing with them? They're going a little cold.
They're still hitting the ball. They're putting up runs. That hasn't been the issue. It's just been the pitching. And Tony Gonsolin, he pitched great last night.
Yeah, he did.
And then and the Dodgers had the best ERA in baseball to start the season up until this kind of cold stretch here. So I mean, they still won. They lost 3 against the Phillies. They won the last one. They won last night. They got a doubleheader today. Maybe the Dodgers are looking the first game, depending who's playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a bullpen day though, pretty much for the first game, I think. And then game 2 though is Merrill Kelly and Tyler Anderson, and I wouldn't probably touch the Dodgers there tonight in game 2. Merrill Kelly's pretty good. So
right.
But what I'm sick of, man, is like the Rays, the Tiger, not the Rays. The Tigers though, the D-backs, all their runs are off home runs. They can't manufacture any runs.
Nope.
Like last night they had a 2-run shot, and then what they have, they had two 2-run shots. That's how they scored their runs, I think.
Yeah.
And then like the Tigers, they had a 2-run shot, a solo shot, and then the Rays tie it up, and then top of the 9th, solo shot. Like, come on. So
brutal, man.
If they can limit the home runs, shouldn't be able to score shit because they can't do anything otherwise. So
it's legit, man. Legit. So you think that they're on a little upturn here? They had a little down spout, and
yeah, I mean, they dropped 2 of 3 versus the D-backs to start the year, and they got beat because of errors. And did you see last night? I don't know if you saw those errors kind of back to back.
Yeah.
They didn't. Justin Turner's, they didn't rule as an error. But then Trey Turner did have an error. Gavin Lux, that dude in fall ball territory, missed catching a ball. Just these stupid little mistakes that shouldn't be happening. So, but that's what cost them in those 2 games that they did lose to the D-backs was errors. And then what did they do against last night? So 3 of the 4 games they've had critical errors. Luckily that I don't think that Turner one last night really cost them anything, but
Right.
luckily. But the other 2 games it did, and that type of shit can't be happening. So,
No.
but I think the pitching, regressed a little bit. I mean, they started so hot. Every single pitcher, whoever they threw out there, was just pitching unbelievable. Regressed a little bit. They got a ton of guys on the injured list too. It's crazy to even think about when they're fully healthy, all the options they have. It's freaking insane. So remember May, the redhead? He's on the IL. They got a couple other relief pitchers on the IL. It's nuts.
Certainly. It certainly is, man. And then let's get to NHL here.
Yeah.
You said you got a couple spots.
I have 2 spots on the same game
posted. Beautiful.
Yep.
You got any early looks on series or anything like that? Or are you taking a break from that?
Haven't even really looked at any series prices. It might be a look on. So there's 2 games tonight. The game I'm on, I like them to win it. And you can probably tell a little bit of that from the write-up. The other 2 games, the Rangers, Carolina, and Edmonton, Calgary. I think Edmonton, Calgary is going to be a good series. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it is.
I think those 2 teams are. I mean, they're both good. I think they're pretty evenly matched. I mean, Calgary's probably got a little bit better goalie, but Edmonton, when they're clicking, they can put up goals. It's not going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Dallas Stars can take you to 7 games, I mean, Edmonton should have a pretty good shot.
Right.
And they're a pretty significant underdog here tomorrow. That might be a look. I think you can get 140, 150. I think Carolina, I don't know when Anderson's coming back, if he's going to be back for game 1 or not, but I think it's going to be tough for the Rangers to get past Carolina. The Rangers kind of benefited from Jari being out, which was why I was actually on the Rangers, and then I threw the over in that parlay on Sunday. I don't think bringing Jari back, he hadn't played in over a month. So why do you bring him back for game 7? I mean, I know why, but he hasn't played in over a month. So I didn't like that, really, honestly.
Yeah.
Bringing him back, and then that's why it was originally on the Rangers. We cashed that, but then I threw up the over too because I'm like, Pittsburgh's going to score goals, but the Rangers, Jari, he's back, but he played 1 game in the last 30 days. He's not going to be sharp, and he was not sharp. You know what I mean? He gave up 4 goals. So, I don't know. That's even something to watch out for. When Anderson comes back for Carolina, that might be the game to get to take a shot on the underdog because Carolina will probably be priced as a favorite pretty much every game in the series.
Sure.
But we'll see. But if he's back game 1, maybe. But the Edmonton series, I don't know. It's going to be good. I can see that one going 7 games. I think Carolina will take it. The Avs should take care of the Blues, but the Blues they're good. They're scrappy, but
the
Avs are also not the Minnesota Wild, and I think that will show. I think the Avs will win at least 4-2. I think tonight? Worst case. Well, no. I'm saying the series.
Oh, the series. Gotcha.
I don't think it'll go past that. I don't think the Blues will win 3. It'll go to game 7. The Avs should win in 6 or less.
I agree with that.
So
I like you, man. I'm pretty excited to see how the Oilers respond here because they finally got over the hump of winning a damn series. So, I mean, coming into round 2, this is uncharted territory for them.
Yeah.
I think they're going to explode.
Yeah.
The pressure's gone. It's gone now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an interesting series, man. And you know what? Tonight, I mean, or not tonight, tomorrow. I mean, that's an interesting look as a dog, bro. Like,
No,
are the Flames really worth minus 160?
Yeah. Well, and they're a little bit more rested.
Yeah.
They got that extra day's rest.
Yeah.
And that Calgary was just a grinder type series. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Kings Edmonton was too, but not like this. Not when you're getting 60, 70 shots on goal, 100 and some shot attempts, and you win in overtime. You know what I mean? Like, it's nuts. So they got to be gassed after that last game, man. So
they got to be. Yeah, that was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable game. So,
like, Edmonton's a look
agree.
that I'm seriously looking at for tomorrow. I think it's a good spot to take them. There's a ton of value there.
A lot of value.
At that price.
Yep.
So, and you might, I don't really like taking puck lines though, especially in the playoffs, because unless it goes into overtime, there's a good shot the puck line don't hit, unless you're on the favorite. The puck line shit scares me because they always pull the goalie, the empty nets and all that stuff. Unless it really goes to overtime, not many of them cash. So
yeah, I could not agree more, my man. All right, well, we have no further, game comments in here, so that pretty much concludes this show. Mike, you got any closing notes?
No, like I said, I got the 4 plays up. I'll have some more MLB coming here. Obviously a few parlays. Hit one last night, so that was nice. But let's get the week going here, guys. Nothing we can do about the bad beat yesterday. Shit happens. Got to move on. Luckily, there wasn't any damage done. It's not like finished down or anything like that. Just keep rolling. So
keep rolling, baby. That's all we can do. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching.
Hell yeah, and then we'll announce the deal, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll announce something today. We'll do it tomorrow, either another live stream. Maybe we'll do it at the same time, or we'll announce another time, whatever works for both of our schedules here. But we will announce the MLB giveaway experience winner tomorrow. Again, my apologies for not having that ready to go. I've been under the weather the last 4 days here, so looking forward to announcing that and then obviously going on that trip. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But as always, invest wisely and let's live freely.